Hey, welcome to the Boom Boom Radio Show. I'm your host, Cheryl. How are you guys doing on this, as you can see, gloomy? I think it's going to rain type of day. Sorry I missed you guys on Saturday. It was just so much stuff going on. Then trying to get ready for this party, trying to like really get my songs up to the best quality as I can. I'm using what I have. I don't know if this works best if you talk over it or because the other day when I was the mic was over here and it seemed like it picked up loud and clear, but I don't know if I have to read, I guess, on it. So I'm hoping it will um, pick up. I don't know. We're testing it. I know that other day when I was out, it was you could hear all the up close stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad that YouTube has that where you can post now. So on those days when you just want to get a word out or something, or uh, even just let whoever your audience is know that in 30 minutes you're gonna go live, or and then I'm still needing to use that feature on StreamYard. Uh, but I'm just wanting to get myself really ready for it because I don't want to say it and then get distracted because I do get distracted in 30 minutes. I don't know. So I'm just trying to get myself prepared for all these different things. And um, so I was so glad to see that. And so when I missed the uh, stream on Saturday, I did post that I'm sorry I missed you guys. So I was excited about that. I know I'm probably late to it. It probably has happened. It probably was because I have been seeing a blue box pop up, but I didn't read it because I just felt like it had something to do with making a video. But I was glad I read it. So and used it. And I'm excited about that. You know, you don't have to wait. And I could probably even just go to the 2 days and then post on the other days and just about what, even if I'm just talking about my blog, saying some key points on that about it. Like, because today, that's part of what we're talking about too, is building the audience, right? And that helps out a lot too, just being able to stay in touch with them even when you're not making a video or streaming, and just being able to, you know, give them a piece of knowledge of that you've learned yourself and share it. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm really excited about that. I think my weekend. How has your weekend gone? I hope it's been fine. I think this is cutting off. I don't know if I take it back a little bit more. It won't. Uh, it don't seem like it fixes the problem. Oh, does it? Sorry. So yeah, that's just what I'm thinking about today. Is just all the little things. A lot of times it's the little things that make such a big impact, and I think that's a little thing that makes a great impact, especially like with YouTube, because we've grown to know them just sorry as being just making live streams or videos. So for me, that is just like, oh, that's a big thing. You know, I don't. Yeah. But I enjoy streaming because I do love live content. I really do. And I didn't know how I would do it. I mean, I like looking at live content because I know someone is in the moment with me, is how I always look at it. But I didn't know how well I would do doing it myself, you know. So I'm sorry. Just wanted to make sure I have it on the comment section in case someone asks. So yeah, and so I feel like I'm doing pretty good at it. I mean, I don't pretend to be a professional at any of these things. I think I got a ways to go before I hit that mark. But I'm proud and I'm glad, and I'm hoping I'm a motivation to someone else who has been struggling it, but been thinking about doing it, but didn't know exactly how they would sound or look, or if they don't have all the right equipment. You know, I will keep saying that probably in every live stream, that you don't have to be afraid. Because if I can do it, and I'm just like all over the place, you can do it. Even if you're in just one place, you can do it. It's not nothing to be ashamed of, afraid of. No matter if people know your situation, if they don't, uh, your situation is you. I got a traveling studio. I'm a walking billboard. It's just how I look at it. And if I can manage it, then I'm all right. So yeah, building your audience. And I'll read some of the things that was in the blog post. It's building your audience. Hello, this is it. And why understand your target audience matters. So that's just what we'll talk about. And uh, other than the YouTube and other social media, I forget about Instagram a lot because when I first started on Instagram, it's more of a I think it's whatever you designed it to be, but when I learned of it, it was just I was trying to do some like influencer type of things. Like I think I tried to sign up to be a sunglass uh, somebody affiliate thing. Sunglasses. I love sunglasses. It's a big topic in my world. So um, yeah. Eh, So, but I didn't just learning those things and building that confidence matters because not that I wasn't confident. I'm saying because a lot, right? Not that I wasn't confident, but when you're trying to give a message on something and you're not quite sure how to word it and stuff, and then it doesn't look like it's something you really are into. It looks like you just reading the script because you're trying to be something and because you might be following someone else, even though that wasn't the case. Yeah, I think it's the other way around, but we won't debate it. Uh, so that's what goes along with that. You have to have confidence, even if you don't quite know all about the product. Like this Streamyard, I don't know everything about it, but I hope I'm not sounding like I'm reading a script on it because I've seen it and seemed like so. I'm really just doing this myself. So let's get this on building an audience for your internet radio station. These are like proven strategies they're saying, and one of them is learn proven strategies to attract and retain your listeners, because that is the problem too. We keep it. You might be able to get people to look, but can you get them to keep coming back and coming back? Right, is the thing. Looking is one thing. Somebody at glance, they might like something the way you did something, but is your presence and your content enough to keep people saying, I might not want to watch it every time they're on, but I do want to be faithful type of follower, or so to speak. Because life, you don't expect people to want to look at everything you do when life is so full of so many things and so many people and so many interests. And you might not only have one interest, or you might not like only doing things one way with your interest. Like you might not like doing this in the way I do it, but something about it might be like, if I had to one day, if I was just out and about enjoying the weather, yeah, I wouldn't mind my audience. So uh, so retaining them and not to the point where they gotta always be stuck to you like glue or anything, but as well, they hope as too they see that they hope that you see them following and would want to do the same. And as long as you get that out in the open, that because I think social media people get a little testy, like I'm following you, but you don't follow me or something. Or if you following somebody, so I think the way it works, you're following somebody, even if they ain't following you, your stuff still comes across their thing. So it, if anybody knows me, I'm like I'm slow to get into all these things. I'm slow to even just social media. Just I cannot say my S is right today. Like I'm just slow to get into these things, and it's not that I don't follow people or watch things, but it's been so much buildup about people having something to say about me watching them. Like I thought that was the point of social media is you want people to watch you. So if you get eyeballs on you, then that's a good thing, unless they just saying rude stuff to you. I mean, that's not how I've ever been. I just watch, and every once in a while, I mean, it's a privilege if you get me to comment and have a conversation with you, other than just looking at you. But people notice when I'm looking at them for some reason, and I don't say a word, but so anyway, so retaining their attention, right? And I know I can retain people's attention, whether it's good or bad or ugly. I don't know. So then understanding your target audience, that like I said, that's the key to growth. Understanding them, like sometimes I will get on here and I'll just talk, and not really understanding the needs. Well, you don't really. I feel like if you don't really see your audience at the moment, then you don't understand your target audience at the moment. As far as personally, where you only start understanding them when they start interacting with you, right? Or when they start talking back and forth to you. They don't have to ask questions. They can just be giving you some kind of advice or something that they did that worked for them, or they could just be saying, "Yeah, I like the way you do that. I mean, I might not be my style, but it seems to work for you." So, and that's what social media is about. So, understanding that is a key to your growth. It's the same thing you do with other people. Like if you follow something and they do live streams, because I love live streams, like I said. And not all the time you might not want to have something to say to them all the time. You might really be into the information they giving, but then sometimes out of the blue you might kind of say what you're doing or saying how your thought process is on it. Even though you ain't as experienced as them or as but that confidence is now confidence to me is what is make or break a person, to me, and I think that is the key. It's something that'll make or break you as far as if you're trying to get somebody else to believe in you and you half as confident about it, then they might not, especially if you could tell it's not something they used to either. And so and a lot of times it don't matter what other people might be saying about somebody, it might be thinking, or if they felt like they telling the person they approach about it is wrong. Confidence will just blow all that out the water. I mean, like it's a whale. But so that's my concept on it. I don't know a lot of stuff. I'm not like a scholar in anything. I didn't graduate from a 5-star college or anything. It's only a 1-star, and I'm the only star in it. So it's the school I graduated from, and it ain't been hard knocks. So it's just I've learned what I've learned just from my own life, and I do take advice from people who they don't come to me directly and give me advice, but I can tell the difference. So and then just finding what I want to do. Like this is my own way of doing things. I don't know. As you can see, I stay busy is what I do. So I don't just sit around looking at my website or radio station. I stay busy trying to continue to have that content so other people can just sit around and listen to it and look at it, and when they see me, we can talk about whatever I said on them. Okay, it's just how I look at it. So that's the key to growth. It's just understanding them and them understanding you, because it's not a one-way street. They need to understand you in order for you to understand the growth pattern that you are having or not having, what's working, what's not working, and all that. And then don't beat yourself up at first if you don't see like a herd of cow just rushing your way, and like because it takes a minute. The algorithm and all these things takes a while. So, man, I'm new to this, so I don't try to beat myself up about it. And then it's also something you want to pace yourself for, because when a herd of cow do come just rushing you, you want to make sure it's something you're doing because you love, and not you don't get stressed out easy about it. And then the engaging content is another strategy. What can I say? Strategy. The heart of your station is the content. having people to engage with you. You know, they, like I said, they don't have to necessarily be talking back and forth with you all the time or anytime, or they could just be really in tune with what you're talking about and understanding and searching things for themselves and figuring out how to do whatever they doing, because most of your audience might be trying to do the same thing, you know. Exactly. So, and that's what you attract, people who are like trying to figure something out, trying to, you know, create a lasting thing versus, you know, stopping and starting all the time. Okay? So, and that's just pretty much self-explanatory, is what anybody would tell you on every station, every channel. Uh, your content, you know, you have to take time to make content. It is, you don't have to like be having all the pretty videos and all that stuff, but your content is what matters. What speaks to people is what gets people interested in. Yo, delivery system too is a good one too. You know, the way you deliver things, not that you just jumped on. Like, but there are channels where people just, you know, they tell jokes or do have comedy. I mean, you can do, once you start something, all you need to know to let your audience know from the start and from every point you can, every time you get a chance, let them know you are who you are. You're not trying to change who you are. So therefore, your life speaks for you. Okay, if that makes sense. Yeah, I love to have fun. So like sometimes you will see me doing stuff that's, it's still like what I'm saying. I'm gonna do a listening party, and Spotify's gonna sponsor it. Like, that's funny. So you think I'm telling a joke, but I might be, I may not be. So, but that's who I am, and you want your audience to know who you are. You aim for the stars. I always have, and I probably always will. You aim for the stars, and you know, you keep them up there. You put it up there yourself. So if it don't happen that way, you can't be disappointed. It ain't like somebody else told you that, and then they lied to you. So you aim high, and if something good comes, then you like, oh wow. I mean, you blown out the water because you couldn't believe it. You know, I was just talking in my bedroom, like when people make songs, and I was just making a song in my bedroom. I didn't know that all these people would really want to hear it. Right? So you aim high, and you either keep going up or you plummet it. You know. But with songs, sometimes, like as we all know, people will make them. They made them like 2, 3 years ago and put them out, and people just wasn't feeling them at that moment. You know, because it's something about that. And then some years later, somebody stumbled upon it and was like, "Wow, this is a okay." Even if we go back and listen to music from generations ago, it's still that way. So yeah, that's and then leveraging social media, expanding your reach. Now I'm a little bit on the fence with this one because I guess maybe just because I'm getting started. But if I'm doing something and everything, if I'm like doing it from one place, because I'm like a central person, like I only need to think in one place. Is how I look at things. So if I can link them all up, and as I'm doing this, and it just flows and waves through all that, and yeah, that's for me. That's expanding my reach, and I walk away feeling like I accomplished everything I need to do for that day. I might just need to go and put some tags in things, and you know, keywords or whatever into the descriptions or wherever they go. And I feel like I've accomplished so much in that day. Now, other people might feel like they need to have a presence physically all the time on these different things. Nothing is wrong with that. It's what the leveraging your expanding your reach is. First you have to be able to feel like you can reach it. You know, it's like setting goals. Sometimes we start off too big with our goals, and then it gets stressful. I mean, we've all seen it, and I've been a person that does that myself. You know, just start something and you feel like, yeah, I'll be able to do this, and then, and then it's just like it's just too much. I can't keep up. So you have to, you know, start with yourself as you are the social person trying to reach a lot of people, but you have to do it in a way that doesn't make you hate what you're doing more than it makes you love it. Okay, it's just like my thoughts. Excuse me. And that's just how I go about it. And maybe as I continue to grow and expand and my knowledge on how I'm doing things grows, I might feel like I want to do that. But at the moment, I feel like just getting everybody to one place, of course, and to see like I've been doing like little small parts of my videos on Instagram, which I need to catch up on today. Um, but like I said, I've been, trying to get these songs up to a decent level. So when I'm playing them, I'm still trying to think, you know, if it, I'm hoping that the way I'm gonna play them will be pretty good and people will hear it pretty good. So we'll just see as tomorrow. I think is it, right? Wow, that time just it just crept up on me, right? So yeah, that's my thoughts about building your audience, and even though this might not be something people haven't heard before, but this is their first time hearing it from me. And like I said, we don't all start off with the same audience, and that I think that's something else people kind of get confused about. They think they just because they see a person or they're around someone who has a big following that it automatically gives them a big following, and it just don't work that way. I'm sorry, but or that I don't know. I don't want to get into that stuff. And then the other part of this is understanding your target audience. The key to the marketing success uh, uh, the audience. And so, in today's crowded marketplace, businesses need to do more than just offer a great product or service to stand out and thrive. We just need to do more than. You do have to show your personal side. You have to let them know you are genuine and you're not like just some robot, dummy human type of thing, like the AI. Even though they're not dumb, but it is a robot. And you must deeply understand the needs, wants, and preferences of your target audience. What are they looking for? What are they coming to you for? What? And most of the times, it's just you. They trying to understand. I would believe that sometimes we are our own worst critic. We are hard on ourselves, and so sometimes just seeing someone else who you might know where they coming from, or you might not. You might think they should be stressed out the most, but they not. So just sometimes you come into them for that type of like how do you manage all this stuff, even like in your head? Because most of this stuff would drive someone else crazy, right? Because I see it every day. Right? Just and it goes along too when you don't want to rush that audience to come piling up on you with all they opinions and stuff. You want to get your mind really set for that and ready for that and because sometimes people don't say but anyway, we won't get into that. So, and the knowledge is the foundation upon which successful marketing strategies are built. And this will explore the importance of understanding your target audience and provide actionable tips for gaining these insights. Yeah, understanding them. I mean, I don't know. Most people might not do get on social media to try to. Hey, if I'm gonna get all my time and effort to something, I do want to try to figure out how I can make an income from it. Whether it's a little or a lot. You do, it makes you feel better, and then because it is a lot of work you're doing. So you do kind of want to get some kind of compensation for that. I would guess. It's a lot of pain and suffering sometimes. So compensation is the right word for me to use. So, and and why it matters, the more you know about your target audience, the better you can tailor your marketing efforts to resonate with them. This leads to a range of benefits. Okay, we always want some type of benefits, and it's just it's a system we live in. We were born in, and it's just nothing that's gonna change about that. You want some type of benefit, whether it's if you talking about a product you use, you want the company of someone to be like, try this. I mean, or do this, or let us recommend this to you or something. So that's a benefit. Yeah, like to me, just getting posts on YouTube is a benefit to me. They probably didn't just do it for me personally, but if I put my mind to that, then they did. Okay, so and that's my personality, and then create offerings that solve your audience's problems and meet their needs. Everyone you offer people things yourself. You do like giveaways or whatever people do uh, to show their audience they appreciate them. Whether it's just taking their time all the time to give you some information or they go out and buy stuff to test for you so you can make up your mind just from them doing that, right? And it's the same. You know, your marketing strategies matters. You do have to learn how to market yourself first and foremost. Speak to your audience in their language and address their specific pain points. It's painful if you work hard and you put a lot of effort into something and then someone gets on and just kind of like try to shoot you down about it. That's painful. I mean, like, or if your audience is talking to you about something they tried to do and other people laughed at them and told them they would be stupid for it, that's painful. So you try to understand where they're coming from and you let them know you've been there, and but you have to just keep, if you already overcame it, then you understand it. If you in the middle of it, then you kind of see someone else who can give you, you know, they can't pick you up and baby you, but they can let you know uh, it wasn't in vain, and whatever you had set your heart on, it is attainable and reachable, and all you can do is go from there. Let those hurt and pains go and keep striving on building versus letting people run you off and have you sitting in the corner feeling sorry for yourself. Yeah. I mean, these are real things. I know it's the stuff people deal with all the time. People are always, trying to pick someone else apart for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you stories of things, but we won't get into that. So, yeah, create offerings, more effective marketing campaigns is target your efforts where your audience spends their time and attention. So you try to figure out what. Now I've still got to learn that one, right? Because I feel like they spend most of their time and attention trying to figure out what's wrong with me, not my audience, but people who they my audience, but they claim they ain't, because they don't uh, understand me or understand like why I keep talking to nobody or something. I don't know. So you want to try to understand that, and then increase customer engagement, build stronger relationships by demonstrating empathy and understanding. So that is. Sometimes we don't know what that is when you're reading it in a sentence or something like that. You don't understand how do you demonstrate that. You don't go around going, "Oh, you ain't got no kids" or something like that. That's not demonstrating sympathy. That's demonstrating a joke or something. Empathy is just what I explained. You kind of let people, someone's in pain or something, somebody's made fun of them and stuff. You don't do that. Oh, you should burn thing. You want me to? You just be like, I understand it, and it's not in vain. I just have to keep going on until whatever you got your mindset on, until that comes to your forefront and acknowledge that I get it. Then it's just something you have to keep until that comes, and you have to keep finding things that's better to occupy your time. You don't have to fall into their trap systems and all that. And you just keep finding something that you love doing to occupy your time. If you like singing, you like making music, then that's what you do. That's what I do. You like being positive about things versus negative, then that's what you do. When people see you, you more on the positive thing. You don't really carry around. If you carry around a lot of weight, it's just your own, But it's not other people's shortcomings, and I don't let that rest in my mind. And if I ever get upset with somebody, I pretty much say what I feel, and I'm over it, okay? But I won't let people constantly keep trying to dump that stuff on me. So, To me, that's demonstrating empathy and understanding. Higher conversion rates. Turn more leads into customers by aligning your, well, we ain't selling them right now, with your audience buying journey. Okay, so if you know your audience likes buying stuff and you can afford to like, I don't know, like T-shirts and mugs with your logos on them. It's not something, you don't have to be high priced. I mean, whatever you is, whatever you like doing, and whatever you like seeing. Like if you got a brand, yeah, of course, if you have your own brand, you want people to, you know, have pride in wanting to wear it, whether it's a T-shirt, a canvas bag, like they small things, but if they like it, and I mean these are things, and you can afford to produce something like that. Then if you already know your audience is into that things, everybody need like backpacks and stuff because every day, all the time, that's what we into nowadays. Is we carry like everything on our back, right? Anymore. Um, so I know I do. This microphone, I have all these things and stuff to cook with. So you carry all these things on our back anymore. So yeah, that's if you can afford to do that. Give them some coasters with your logo on your brand on it. Earrings or anything you like doing is what you should do. And then you can also give away. Do giveaways if you have a side hustle hobby or whatever. Like I make earrings. You can do like tests or contests or something. Or if you answer this question, I do that on my website sometimes. But when I was first started, I was just trying to fill out what kind of thing I wanted with the radio station. So I didn't know exactly which direction I wanted to go in, but I just did. I knew I didn't want to like do the regular kind of radio station, just playing, hit songs of the already known artists and stuff. So I chose to do it the other way. So sometimes I would do like, uh, what what lyrics are this song coming from and stuff like that. But right now on my music right now, I'm just now learning to do some singing. So it wouldn't be a lot of that at the moment. But that's what I strive to do because it was something I felt like it was a good thing. So in not only your target audience too, that's just something you do, right? You try to figure out what would uh, I'm sorry, I didn't ask for you to come up there. You try to figure out what you can do to engage them into whatever you're doing. So I felt like that was a good thing to do. And then as I could also do like inserts of parts of my songs, just the music melody, right? Because I do those things too. I use an app and I make a sound in it, and it gives me the keys. And so I do all these things, and I think it's what you should do. And whatever your niche is figure out what kind of engagements you need to come up with uh, to get your audience into it. And then, yes, so now how to understand your target audience. What was that? Why understanding your target audience matters. That was that one. Now we're going to go how to understand your target audience. So, how you can gain this valuable understanding of your target audience is by, first research, conduct market searches to identify demographics and psychographic characteristics of your audience, your target audience. Look at industry reports, customer data, and competitors. So yeah, these all play a role in just even just your normal day to day. You try to figure out what kind of people you attract, just not on a personal level, but just people just who gravitate towards you. Uh, those are things you can kind of figure out too because you are showing yourself your personality as well. So even if you turn it over to business, your personality is still going to be a big factor in it. Surveys and interviews. Now that's something I do. I don't know so much as surveys or interviews. I mean, I did personal. You do it. To makes a little extra. $10 here and there if you can. That can get you to getting something produced, right? Like you can get some like things printed or something like that helps your business, whether it be flyers or something like that. But surveys and interviews, ask your existing customers about their needs, preferences, and pain points. Use tools like surveys, interviews, and focus groups. You know, I do want to like StreamYard Yard is what sometimes what I've been doing to get myself out of the comfort zone of just doing my own thing and listening to. But like I said, you might not want to listen because you're busy to people doing things every time they come on, but you tune in sometimes right at the moment you need it, you know, because every time someone says something, they not actually directing it to you, so therefore you wouldn't be probably be getting as much information out of it as someone else might need to. So you just have to figure out. But that's been my thing coming out, so that's a start for me. Just getting it, being in interviews and understanding interviews that way if you ever did it. Now, I haven't really gotten into that, or but I do want to have a guest. I've always felt like I've wanted to do that. So just learning how to do that at this moment is my future goal. Uh, Having guests, and you can interview you like somebody you even in a relationship with, because you can, if you both are doing something business wise, and before you got together you had your own kind of way of thinking and going about things, you can interview them, and that can be a starting point for you. Social listening, so that's what I felt like I do sometimes when I look uh, StreamYard when they do their streams and things like that. You monitor social media platforms for conversation related to your industry or brand. Gain insight into your audience's language, interests, and concerns. So yeah, social listening is a good thing. Sometimes we don't need to say things, right? You just need to listen and get what you need out of it, and then you can go give it to your audience in the way you understand it, or in the best way you know how to deliver it. Right? We 30 something minutes, right? So I feel like that's what confidence has done. As you see it, I continue to get better, even though it's not the best day. I'm a little chilly, but these are these pain points you have to do to get things done, right? So, create personas, develop detailed profiles of your ideal customers. Now, that could be something we could get into, right? Give them names, faces, and backstories to make them feel real. Test and iterate, not liberate. Test and iterate. So that one's, I might have to circle that one and see how do you do that. Develop detailed profiles of your ideal customers, right? Give them names, faces, and backstories to make them feel real, like, and then like just put them on the screen with you, I guess. Now I have done that before in my personal life. I've had like when I was going to cosmetology school, I had a doll head or something like that, and I would dress it up and act like someone's calling me, and so yeah, I think I can get with that one. And okay, test and iterate. Experiment with different messagings and marketing approaches. Track results and refine your strategy based on what works best. Right. So and I think yeah, these are all right here are things you can try to experiment with and see if it works for you. And uh, yeah, and it's something you can focus your attention on. Uh, that's positive. So in this last, the takeaways is understanding your target audience is not a one-time task, but an ongoing process. Your audience needs and preferences will evolve over time, and new opportunities may arise. By staying attuned to your audience and continuously refining your approach, you can build strong, lasting relationships and drive sustainable business growth. Okay, and that is the point. It is. And just even doing this reading, because I mean, I don't read a lot. I never have. So this is part two, just being personal with my audience. I mean, I'm not saying they can't read. I know they can read, but sometimes when it's more you just instead of just throwing it on your website. I'm not saying that that's what people do. You do take the time to talk about it with them. So I'm glad I started to do that. And the key takeaways is deeply understanding your target audience is critical for marketing success. It's critical. You need it. You got to do it. And it's best to try to any moment you can. Like this is part of it. I feel like knowledge of your audience enables more effective messaging, product development, and marketing campaigns. Okay, so I feel like this is a big campaign to you marketing because not only are you trying to give someone else information, you learning these things for yourself. So and you and your audience are learning at the same time. So gaining insights through research, surveys, social listening, and testing. So that's the key point too. I mean, all of it goes together, but these are things we can kind of like start working on, like surveys. Like I said, I have a wheel thing. It's on an app that you can spin, but I don't know right now how to get it from because, like I said, it takes me a while to processing to get it to where it's there in something like this interactive type of thing. Is there such a thing? Can you do these things, or if I'm just doing it, and so I'm still trying to wrap my head around how I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do it. Understanding your target audience is an ongoing process that evolves over time. And then that's the post. That's the end. That's it's a lot to start with. And I am going to start doing the post once a week, right? Because I'm really feeling like, well, I don't know about you guys, but Monday and Wednesday might be good enough to start. Because Saturday is just so much stuff going on, and this is the part you have to continue to understand. If your audience wants to see you, then you have to make it like to where they can see you on. If it's just 2 days, it is versus, this is my thing versus constantly thinking you can do it 3 days and you just can't keep up. Not that I can't keep up because I don't have the will to talk, but it's just so many things going on, and at them, I'm just not trying to have everybody involved in it, and that's the point. Saturdays or Fridays is so many people involved in it. Like as you can see here, and Wednesday I can do, and nobody is involved in this, and it's just me and my audience talking. Even though there's a lot of people around me, it's just me and my audience talking. But Friday and Saturday it's a little different. So, and these are points that you have to come to conclusions versus trying to force something that just ain't fit. Okay? And so, and therefore, your audience don't keep walking away like they being shorted on something or something, or you just. So I think that's the best thing, and we walk away, and then I'm so glad because I think YouTube has helped a lot of people on that too. I don't know. I know they have helped me because then on Fridays and Saturdays, or Friday or Saturday, I can still interact with them as far as doing posts and probably doing short videos or just saying hi. I could let you know my attitude today as far as what I got on. I can do a variety of things that don't require me to really have to sit and or stand and talk, but just kind of like I'm into fashion. I know that I've always have been. So on Friday and Saturday, that's normally what I'm thinking about. But I don't want to cut all of that out of me as far as just being talking in certain sits where you only see this. So I think Friday or Saturday is something I can do for that. I can just do a post on that or short shorts because I forget that you can do short reels, shorts on YouTube. So those can be my shorts because I cuss. I did say cuss. Probably said a couple of times by now, but because I do like putting them together different videos. Like throughout my week, I remember did so many outfit changes. So yeah, I do like doing those things. So, but anyway, I thank you guys so much. We have gone 40 some minutes, so we're getting up to that hour. I like okay there. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you understand that it's gonna be Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Friday or Saturday we'll just do some like fashion type of thing because I do believe that all goes together. You know, especially when you're in music. Music ain't just about people in a studio booth where you don't see them uh, talking or singing or something. It's once you actually see the artist or performer, they do have a look, and I want you to know my look as well. So, but anyway, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you got something out of it. I'm glad you spent some time with me, and you know the drill. Talk to you Wednesday.